Today I got to work on this Husky Malamute mix, and to say he's in rough shape is an understatement. His owner saw one of my recent videos and reached out to see if I could help. Of course I'll do my best, but it's definitely going to be a tough one. He didn't make it easy on me, that's for sure. So I'll get you guys some close-ups of how the coat looks beforehand. And the muzzle for him is not because he's aggressive, but just because this brushing and process is not going to be comfortable. So he definitely starts to snap quite a few times. Here's a close-up of underneath his coat, how bad it looks, full of dirt and junk and just not in good shape. So first thing, I start with that pre-blowout, try to loosen a lot of that up. I know I won't take care of all of it, so I get them on the table. A big tool I use on this job is the dematador. Just trying to get out as much as I can and see what I could save. As you can see, he's not liking it, so I can't push him too much. He'll kind of go back and forth of letting me do some parts and some not. He's also about 9 years old, so I definitely have to keep that in mind. Now finally his first bath, and we'll start off with that blueberry muzzle facial. Shampoo and conditioner soaked in. Use these gloves to get it worked in even better. Then no brushing or rinsing yet. We're going to do that blowout again. You can see it working to move a lot of those mats up higher. So back to the dryer, then rinsing, then his second bath. Now I'm going to do the brushing that I normally do, but just not as long. Again, just trying to get closer step by step. Now we'll rinse him down again, back to the dryer. Take another closer look and we're getting even better. Now back to the table, he's looking much fresher. You can see him start to shake a lot. I believe he's just getting a lot more blood flow and circulation now that the mats are loosening up. I do quite a bit of scissoring as well, just to get a lot of those mats off and just make it easier to work with. And unfortunately, he's extra sensitive on his feet, even when I'm not doing anything. And I do have to shave the back of him and the back of his front legs. See them come off in clumps like that. Makes it very difficult because he's so jumpy to stay safe, but I just got to take my time. I also have to shave under his chest and belly for the most part. A little bit more scissoring back there. And I have to shave the inside of his hips and his wheatle area. Being extra careful, it's like a whole forest in there. I'm not sure what I'm going to get. Then the only part that I really had to shave that didn't look very good was the back of his neck and head. You can see how tight those mats are. It was really bad. Unfortunately, there was no way to brush those out, especially with how painful that would be. A little bit of cleanup, then the dematador again right on the top of the head. More scissoring all throughout the body just to match the butt area and to make it a little bit easier to brush out. I get what I can on the feet, but I can't really hold them still and scissor safely. I just kind of sneak it in there. Now back to the brushing and the matador. You can see he's looking a lot more lean and shaped. I let Azel take over because he seems to like her more. As you can see here, I come up and barely touch him and he's like, get the heck away from me. So I just let her brush for a few minutes, which helps me out a lot. Now we're going to show you guys a before. Here's his right side. Here's an after of his right side. No crazy hair coming out. Then we'll jump over to his left side. Now the after, looking like a fluffy little teddy bear. A little bit rough around the edges, but pretty good considering. Check out that nice, clean, healthy, shiny coat. No crazy hair coming out. And he's all ready to go home. And time for the cleanup. I also want to mention his hair wasn't perfect comb through hair, so I asked the owner to come back, so hopefully we'll see a part 2 soon. Today I got to work on this very nervous German Shepherd. The owners were declined at another groomer and hoped we could help. So my plan was just to give her the best experience I could. We'll get her in the tub and then give her some time to calm down, wait a few minutes, and then I can finally pet her. Then I'm not sure what dog that is, but maybe on another video. Now we'll get her rinsed down, start off with that blueberry facial. Now we'll get the shampoo rolling in with the conditioner right on top. Make sure she knows everything I'm doing before I touch her. She's good to go, so we'll brush her up for a little bit just to get that shampoo and conditioner worked in. Even with that noodle on her, she was pretty thick, so she didn't want to stand for me. So I lightly used this mop handle just to encourage her to stand up. Then as long as I kept that there, she wasn't trying to sit, so that was really helpful. We'll finish up there, and then we'll go for that rinse down, quick towel dry. Then I'll use the power dryer on her, where I expected her to be a little bit more jumpy, but she did very good for it, even near her face. You can see she's starting to warm up to me quite a bit. Now the star of the show when it comes to the deshed, especially since I had to cut my time short in the tub, we're going to use this short-haired refresh. Going to brush from head to paw for 10 minutes and you'll see it's getting a lot of that loose dead undercoat out. And she's enjoying it, as you can see, no discomfort to her. So easy to use, I can take a phone call while brushing her with it. And even though she's a lot more comfortable letting me touch her, I'm still being very careful. I don't want to make any sudden movements or try to grab her in any weird way. And I especially want to make sure she can come back with no issues. And you can see how much the refresh brush helped out, especially since I had to shorten the tub portion of the deshed. Now she's feeling good, still a little nervous though. Check out her nice, clean, healthy, shiny coat. No crazy hair coming out because it's all on the ground. She's all ready to go home. Today I got to work on this big old Carne Asada Corso. His first time with us, and I'd say he's pretty happy. With his happy tail and big old fat slobbery head, he's just a lap dog. So we work our way into the tub. Then I'll try this SleekEZ on him, see what we're working with. This is definitely going to do some work. Then before we start the bath, I'll chill him out just a little bit. Next up, we'll get him rinsed down. Then we'll start off with that blueberry facial. Get that shampoo rolling in. Now I'm going to get him scrubbed up from head to paw for a few minutes. It's going to work that shampoo in, help remove any loose hair. Now a quick rinse down and towel dry. Then with the power dryer, he does very well and just kind of sits there for me. A lot of times the biggest ones are the biggest babies, but he was a strong boy. Now once dry, of course, I gotta take as much time as I can to play with him. He's super playful and nice, but respectful with his size. We'll continue that soon. Now the star of the show for him, the SleekEZ. I'll let him check it out beforehand. He okays it. Now I'm gonna brush him with this for 5 to 10 minutes. Plenty of hugs in between. This is gonna help reduce the shedding by removing a lot of that dead undercoat. And his coat's extremely short, so you won't be able to see it too much till I sweep it up at the end. While you brush, you don't want to focus on one spot for too long. You just kind of spread it around. Gives me a nice headbutt to the chest right there. Then he decides to shake his slobber right in my face, and multiple times throughout the groom. Then I'll finally sweep up that hair, and you'll see that it actually is quite a bit. Give you an up-close look of all that dead, nasty undercoat that we got out. This will help give him a nice, healthy, shiny coat. Get him a nice Christmas bandana. Then we'll check out that nice, clean, healthy, shiny coat. No crazy hair coming out, and he's all ready to go home. But not before some more playtime.